Then marry those that please you of other women, 2 or 3 or 4. But if you fear that you will not be just, then marry only one. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're listening to the Niqabi Diary series, Polygyny Talks. What follows is a sister's account of her experience with polygyny. Due to the nature and sensitivity of the topic, some sisters have chosen to remain anonymous. This series was put together in a humble attempt to gain a better understanding of the relevance of polygyny in our times and how it is practiced. Please be respectful in your comments. Finally, I thank all the sisters who have taken part by sharing their stories. May Allah bless you and your families with an abundance of khair in this world and the next, and may Allah accept from us. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Samar from the Niqabi Diaries, and today, inshallah, we're going to start a series of talks around the topic of polygyny in Islam. I'm going to, inshallah, be speaking to some sisters who have personal experiences with polygyny, whether being in a marriage themselves or the children of polygyny, just so we can get more understanding about this sunnah and how it can be practiced and how it has been practiced as well. So inshallah, so we have a sister with us. Sister, could you please introduce yourself for the listeners, inshallah?
Yeah, you will knows me as Ling Ling, or maybe you can call me Rose. I am one of Abu American's wife. Maybe you watch his channels, but yeah.
Okay, mashallah. So how many wives does your husband have?
Currently has 2 wives.
How long have you been in this marriage?
I've been in polygyny marriage for 5 years.
5 years, okay, alhamdulillah. So what made you want to actually get involved in a polygyny marriage? What was the appeal for you personally?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have, I don't like picking which one is my preferences in terms of polygyny or not. So I just met him and then we agreed on marriage, and he told me he got a few wives, and I was like, all right, let's just do it. So polygyny or not, it's not a preferences for me. I mean, like, we just like, all right, let's just do it. Let's get married. No problem with polygyny, no problem with monogamy. So yeah.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So is it something that is commonly practiced in your culture? That you know, you feel this way, like, because obviously there's some sisters in the West don't feel comfortable with it?
No, in my culture, it's actually like they are looking down to those who practice polygyny. Also, my culture is like Muslim majority, but they don't. They just like thinking, oh, you probably what we call here like side chick that you have to hiding from from family and friends, that you are in polygyny. You see, understand what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not common, and it's like embarrassing that you are in polygyny marriage in my culture, yeah. But I just like, I don't care, and I don't operate based on culture. So yeah.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So what about your family? Were they accepting of you being in this marriage?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, they are following the sunnah. So they knows that it's not okay to dislike polygyny. So they accepted open heart with their iman, alhamdulillah. So yeah, no problem with my family.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. So what kind of qualities do you personally think a woman needs to have in order to be open to polygyny?
Well, polygyny is not for the faint of the heart, to be honest. It's really challenging, mashallah. But I think if you have sabar, if you know how to control your emotions, if you're not that type of person who when you're angry, you let that out. When you're jealous, you showing off. I don't think it's good. I mean, this type of women that is really loud, I don't think it's fit in polygynous marriage, if you understand what I mean.
Yes, yes.
I think it's for someone who can just hold on a little bit, you know, just to sit back and see what's going on. Because in polygyny, we have to deal with so many family members, not only the husband, but there is somebody else that we have to consider, you know. So yeah, it's quite challenging. And yeah, if you don't have some heart, if you are not like, okay, let's build a tribe, I don't think it's easy if you don't have that like a motivation or purpose in life. Let's build a tribe, let's build a bigger family. Let's do it, let's do this together. Let's not disrespect each others. Let's just be peace and relax and see the biggest pictures.
Okay, alhamdulillah. And what about for the men? What do you personally think that, like, what kind of qualities does a man need, a Muslim man need, in order to be able to practice polygyny in a positive way?
He absolutely needs to be in his best versions of himself. He needs to be masculine and have this leadership, like strong leadership, that he can lead these women's, like he's not afraid of his wives. He has his words and he has his actions all together. Yeah, I don't think it's easy for both part, like for the wives and for the husbands to be in polygyny, because it's a hard work, and everybody needs to do the role, the part. And this is a hard work. Yeah. And it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. So you have to, and sometimes the other wives give you problems, but then you staying with the other wives. You can't be upset and like being in the mood because the other wife upsets you, and you have to it's affected you when you are with the others. So yeah, you have to have that strong mental.
Definitely.
I hope you understand what I mean.
Yes. So in your situation, for example, on a practical level, is your husband supporting you financially as well? Because in some cases, just from the perspective of some sisters I personally know in the UK, often when brothers take on more than one wife, they don't give that financial support to the other wives. So is that something that is being taken care of in your case? Are you working as well to supplement, or do you have to work, for example, or are you being taken care of financially?
Alhamdulillah, I'm a housewife.
Alhamdulillah.
I don't work, and my husband's prefer me not to go mixing with others at the office or something like that. He prefers me to stay at home, but he support me if I want to do like side hustles, like I do some journals and books, and some online business. But it's just for my extra extra spend if I want to buy something unnecessary.
Yes,
we
yes.
like to spend unnecessary stuff. So he provides, alhamdulillah, for the necessary, for the prime what do you call this?
Your basic needs, your basic needs, basically. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. I
think that's most important today. Everything is so expensive right now. So yeah.
Yes, it is. It is definitely. Yeah, things are quite challenging for everybody at the moment. So is you okay? Are you the first or the second wife in this marriage?
I came as the second.
Okay.
And now I'm the first wife.
Okay. So
I've been both.
Pardon?
Yeah, I've been both position.
What happened to the first wife? Is it okay if I ask about the first wife? What happened with?
Long time ago, it's long time ago, I think, because when she's live far away, only meet him like once in a while. I think things just doesn't work with them, because sometimes long distance is also difficult. Extra, you are in polygyny. I think it just doesn't work for some people.
Yes, I was going to ask that question actually. If you and the other wife living in the same country, because I know that that's another option for some brothers. Maybe they have a wife living in a Western country and have a wife living in, another country, especially if they work abroad, maybe.
My husband's prefer somebody who's live close by, because I think it's easy for him to provide and to protect, to fulfill his rights. Yeah. But sometimes things just doesn't work the way we want it, right? So yeah, we are currently looking for somebody in Germany, inshallah. But I don't know. We've been talking to some sisters, but it just it's still on the courting process. Yeah.
Okay. So how does that kind of process usually go? Because I've actually had a couple of brothers reach out to me through the Instagram asking if I, know any sisters that are interested in polygyny, for example, and not just brothers, but also sisters as well, to be fair. So there was a sister, she was asking me, saying that, she was looking for a wife for her husband. And I didn't personally know anybody who was involved in that. And I've never been involved in polygyny. I don't have any personal experience myself. But it's always been something that I've had an interest in as a Muslim. And I think, well, I'm a revert as well. So since becoming a Muslim is something that I've never really had an issue with, because I think being from African Caribbean background, it's something that it is something which is practiced, even if it might not be in the legal sense, but it's it's normal that you know that the men have more than one woman. Usually this is something which is accepted. So in Islam, with the polygyny, for me personally, I don't see an issue with it. Alhamdulillah, obviously we don't, it's not for us to decide if we have an issue with the laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, what I wanted to talk about, like why I want to do these kind of discussions, is because obviously there are a lot of Muslim women who they're not used to it. Like you said as well, in your culture, it's not something which is commonly practiced. So sometimes when Muslims are trying to start implementing this sunnah again, there can be some misunderstandings, or maybe because people, especially with feminism now, people see it as something that is like to the detriment of a Muslim woman. They see it as something that's an unfair treatment. And you hear people say, well, a non-Muslim might say, well, why can't a Muslim woman have more than one husband? So these kind of questions are asked, which are quite ridiculous, actually, because when we look at the religion of Islam, one of the things that we have to protect is family and lineage. So a Muslim woman, or any woman for that matter, who is involved in, being in a relationship with more than one husband, it wouldn't make any sense, because she wouldn't be protecting her family or her lineage like that, because how would she ever really know who is the father of her children? Yesterday we have DNA tests, but that's still not practical. That's not how we go about things. So this is why I want to have these kind of discussions, basically, inshallah, so that I get to speak to real sisters like yourself who have an open mind about these things, because I think you do need to have a certain amount of open-mindedness, and also understand like feminine roles and the role of the wife as well.
Yeah, because feminism is actually hating women. If you see in the bigger pictures, feminist is actually hating women. They don't want women to have a good life, a better life, in the hands of respectful men, in the hands of masculine men. Yeah, so we are actually being fooled right now about feminists and all their agenda, equality and all that stuff. They want us to go to work and fighting and survive on our own. So yeah, I think it's really it's sad to see sisters, so many sisters, like very like have very feminist ideologies, a very strong masculine frame. Yeah, it's very sad because I don't think feminist and all independent things is our nature, because we're supposed to be provided and protected and being in feminine feminine frame. That is our nature. So yeah, I think feminism is destroying everything. You will see so many sisters being singles and then have to, they have to accept the fact that, okay, I'm old now, I don't have nobody, I'm alone, I'm single, I don't have kids, I don't have a husband, I don't even, yeah, I don't even have a, like, a man who will pursue me because I'm on my masculine frame. And I don't think men likes women in masculine frames because it's kind of hard to deal with. Women in masculine frames, they just,
Of
they
course,
are,
it's making a clash in the relationship, isn't it?
yes, yeah, because it's just like magnet is a positive and negative. When it's both positive and positive, it doesn't go each other. It's
Yes,
that storm.
definitely. So I wanted to ask you as well, because you mentioned that, at the moment you have been, looking, your husband is looking for another wife and you're helping him in that process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are looking. Actually, somebody close by in Germany, especially in Berlin, because it's easier for us to build a family, build a tribe. Behind there's a reason behind polygyny. We're gonna have a lot of kids. I have a lot of kids, and I don't think being monogamy is makes sense anymore this day of age. While people are so busy here and there, nobody take care of the kids. You have to put the kids on the schools all day. I think it's more makes sense for polygyny and being in a big family and tribes. So yeah, if you are live far away, I think it's just not possible.
SubhanAllah. So do you and your co-wife help each other out then in your, like, in your lives, basically, with kids and things like that? How is your
Uh,
relationship?
yeah, previously, yes, not with this current co-wife because she's far. But before we have, my husband has a wife in Germany as well, but it doesn't work because she's busy with her kids and all that stuff. So it just doesn't work out. But yeah, when during that moment, we parenting like she parenting my kids, I parenting her kids. So everybody has times to do something else, if you understand what I mean. Yeah.
Okay, alhamdulillah. And what about the children as well? Do they, do they get a chance to mix together? Do they know that their father has another wife, for example? Do they spend time with each other?
uh, my children knows that my husbands and their fathers have another wives. They actually understand already. If sometimes the co-wife come over and they just like, okay, hello, like just like a normal relationship. So yeah, children get along easy, and they adapt the situations. They are so aware of the situations, and then they just jump in like, oh, okay. They don't have any like dislikes or hating or Yeah, they don't have that. It's children. They're so easy to understand, to get, yeah, to understand the situation.
And are your children very young then?
Yeah, it's actually under 12. The oldest is 12
Okay.
and the rest is toddlers.
And so you have children from a previous marriage?
Yeah, I do have. They are also understand the situations.
Okay.
Also, my husband has a few kids from the previous marriage. They are all old and like 20-ish, 20
Okay.
years. Yeah, but we get along. We talk, we laugh, we cook with each other. It's easy. We talk on WhatsApp, like how you doing, how schools and all that stuff. And then they ask like, how are you and whatever. Yeah, we talk.
So how do you think for the older children, in your experience with them, how do you feel, you know, they perceive polygyny? Do you think that is something that they see in a positive way?
Yeah. Actually, my daughter's the oldest one. She just told me the other weeks, like, Mom, if I'm married, I want to be the first wife. So I think she understands.
MashaAllah. Why do you think why do you think she said she wants to be the first wife?
I don't understand why. I didn't ask her because I was kind of surprised with her statement, but I was like, all right, inshallah, no problem. You just have to like find somebody's that is good for you, inshallah, and then leave the rest to him. Let him decide stuff. Just be a good wife, and everything is inshallah will be fine. And she's like, all right.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, it's funny to hear that statement. I didn't expect that, but okay.
Inshallah. But for me, that I don't know, like, do you think then that being the first wife has certain privileges over other wives?
For myself, I don't think it's there is no, but I don't think there is a privilege like that because all wife is the same. Maybe we have more memories and times being the first wife, like I've been with him more than the others, like longer than the others. But other than that, is normal. It's the same with other wives, and it should be the same. If your husband doesn't do that, like make it different, it's bad. He's not fit for polygyny. It should be the same. And then you have to accept that it will be the same with the other wives. So yeah, it's also something you have to understand when you enter polygyny, that you are not different from the other wives, and then he will have to treat you the same. Maybe with some agreement here and there is fine, but if he like makes a difference, I don't think it's okay.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So are you talking about in terms of you know, like what fulfilling your basic necessities and things like that?
Yeah.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So what about the emotional side of polygyny? Like how's your kind of your emotional relationship with your husband? Would you describe yourself as being in love with your husband, or that you love your husband?
I love him deeply, inshallah, and that is easier for me to play my role as a wife with him, because I do have a degree of respect and love and support for him. So I believe in him. So whatever he do some things, I believe that is good for all of us, inshallah. So yeah, I just live the life and trying not to make his life more complicated because it's been complicated here with the financial Germany, and the gas price is so ridiculous right now.
Yeah, subhanallah.
Yeah, it's already complicated. I don't think it's okay being a wife and then make your husband's life complicated. Make it harder because he needs to think about you feeling this and that because women, we operate based on feelings. So
Mhm.
I try not to like bring something that is not worth conversation, like, "Oh, I'm upset here and there," because at the end of the day, um it's only overthinking. It's only in our head and mind. It's the reality. Everything is fine. We eat, we survive in these situations, pandemic and all that stuff. So yeah, alhamdulillah, everything is actually just overthinking.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So what do you feel that some of the benefits of polygyny are or have been for you so far?
The benefits as family tribes, that we build everything together for everybody, not just for one person, not just individually, but a lot of like kids, they got a relationship with other wives, that and then they kids actually has a lot of receive a lot of benefits, like when I'm busy, they can play with the other wives, they can talk about something that they don't want to talk with me. Sometimes they do share stuff that they don't share with me because I'm the mother. Probably they have a little bit like this distance, like they don't want to talk about something. You see what I mean? Yeah, sometimes it's actually benefit of polygyny is a lot. We just don't want to accept it, just because we are framed in Disney movies that love has to be both you and I. Love has to be shared only with one wife, with a husband and one wife. The benefits of polygyny, that we can do stuff while he's busy with the other wives, and then the other wife can help each other in the kitchen. In sometimes we live together, the other wives with me,
Okay.
with us here. Uh, yeah, sometimes when I get busy with kids, she can cook for everybody. She can help my husband with his works and all the stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of things we can share actually in the household.
Okay, alhamdulillah. What advice would you give to other sisters who are considering polygyny and maybe they've never experienced it at all in any sense? So what kind of advice would you give them when seeking to be in polygyny?
Oh, what advice? I think first of all, just because a lot of sisters, a lot of wives, it has entitlements, that this is my husband, this is my family. Who are you, and why do you want to join? So when you come into the polygyny marriage, like the established one, please, just for the sake of relationship, like be respectful to the other wives, at least like hey, knock the door and be open, because you are upcoming wives. You see what I mean? Also, it's not necessary, but these women, these wives, has entitlement. They feels like they are entitled to the husband. But for me, for myself, if I would come to a polygyny marriage, I would knock the door and like, hey, I will have interest in this and that. Would you be okay with something like that? It makes her happy. Also, it's not necessary, but it makes her happy. But then you have to agree. You have to talk this to the husband, to the man. Would it be okay? Just let him lead everything and follow his instructions. And because sometimes for the wives that in the house, they feel threatened. Also, because this is how we think. Who is coming here gonna think that they are better than the other wife, the current wife. This is all in the mind of women and the wives. I hope you understand this. It's not a bad thing, but
it's natural.
yeah, it's very natural. It's jealousy. They feel like, what? The number one, the number two, the number three. We think like it has some hierarchy.
Yes, yes.
Also, it's not like that, but it's just like being polite being nice. Some sisters just come in like, I want your husbands choose me. It's not like that, sisters. We just wants to build a family and being good at each other, so we have long-term relationship, a good one that benefit for everybody. Yeah, I think coming in a polygyny marriage with good intentions, with good manners, is really make things easy.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So I wanted to ask you as well, you mentioned that you have children from your previous marriage. So, and often when it comes to polygyny, it's, in the community, a lot of sisters who are single mothers are advised that, it's something that they should personally consider. So in your experience, do you think that with your husband that you have now, how is his relationship with your children from your previous marriage?
Yeah, okay. So my husband told me that he is not the father of the kids, of my children, right? But and he's not gonna father them because it's not his responsibility to father them. But then he is the man in the house and he will act as a man in the house, like decide something for them because they are living under his rules. Yeah. So yeah, he have fully responsibility on taking decisions for my children, and have a man roles in their lives, as a man roles in their life. So he just showing them how men supposed to be, what men do at the house, what men do in the family, what a man do in a relationship. So yeah, yeah.
Okay, alhamdulillah. And
They have a good relationship. So far, I can see my children respect him. So they ask him for decisions. What can I go here? Can I do this and that? Yeah, they ask him.
okay, alhamdulillah. So he basically is kind of doing a fatherly role, even though obviously he isn't their father. So, and what about their real father? Is there, like how does he interact with him as well? Like how does that kind of work out? Or are you still the one who mainly deals with their?
No, their father is passed away.
Okay,
So yeah, they don't have a relationship. Yeah.
Okay. I suppose in a way that makes it a little less complicated then.
Yeah, it is less complicated, but also I think my husband has a ex-wife with children, and he and her current husband have conversations. So I think it's really normal for the sake of children. So yeah.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So before you got married to your current husband, was for how long was you single?
I think a year. I don't want to be out there by myself single. I think I need a man because I tend to make a bad decision. So yeah, I need someone who can lead me, who can decide stuff for me. Otherwise, I'll be chaos outside. Keep being single.
Alhamdulillah. Okay.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. So what would you say you think is important for Muslim men to understand when they think about having a polygynous marriage? So for example, like obviously your husband has been doing it for some time. So
yeah.
In your experience, and you say you've had a positive experience so far. So and we know that there are many negative experiences out there. So what do you think that men need to understand in order to be able to really take on this responsibility?
I think men have to get himself together financially and mentally, physically. Make yourself as that man that can handle multiple women and multiple households. It's not easy, but I think it's better for men to just focus with their lives, because when their lives is stable, everything else is coming to the place. I think it's most important for the family also, that you can provide and protect them. So before you go into the polygyny, just make sure that you can provide and protect yourself from dangers. And then you have to see if you have responsibility of other lives, like your wives, your family. Are you capable of protecting them, or are you capable of providing them? Because I see a lot of men are afraid of something and incapable of protecting himself. So how then you will protect your wives? Yeah. Let alone wives. A single wife. Yeah, I think it's most important.
Yes, subhanAllah. So with regards to timing and things like that, because that's quite a sensitive issue as well, how is the timing divided, like your husband's time, how does he divide it between his wives at the moment?
Because the other one is living outside, living in other country, and there is a COVID pandemic, which makes traveling complicated. So it's more it's not stable yet, like the timings, because everything is very very difficult.
Your co-wife at the moment, she lives in a different country?
Yeah, she lives in different countries. So sometimes he visit her a few times, but because there is COVID pandemic this last 3 years, it's just complicated for them to see each other. But when he has another wife here in Germany, he do like just normal time, like 1 day here, 1 day there, or a few days here and then few days there on the weekend, something like that.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So because you mentioned earlier on in the interview that he prefers to marry women that live in like the same kind of location, so now like he has a new challenge basically.
Yeah, that's why we're looking for somebody who's close by, so he's easy for the time. I mean, like, about the timing is easy for him to share the times.
So the sister that lives in another country, will he still remain married to her, or is she gonna
he's still married, and I think she needs to like a little bit be patient, because things doesn't work the way they want it. So yeah, they're still married.
So does she have the option to move to be closer by?
Yeah, I think because of citizens and maybe visa thing is just more complicated too. I don't think it's possible. I don't know how is the possibility, because probably a visa thing is this difficult, because they are not legally married, right? So
yes, of course.
It has more it's a different, it needs a different I don't know, ways.
Yes, yeah. Alhamdulillah. Barakallah feekum, sister. Is there anything else that you'd like to add to mention?
Yeah, I think polygyny is not for the faint of the heart, but when you are entering with an open heart, with the good intentions, everything is inshallah will be easy. about jealousy is also a lot of questions about jealousy, how you handle jealousy, how you are so relaxed, because I've been my first year entering polygyny is a rough time, a lot of crying on the first, but I think after that is going better.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So you're well adjusted then.
Alhamdulillah.
So in that first year, what would you say was, like your kind of like your biggest challenges with adjusting to it?
Jealousy.
Okay.
That like when he's with the other wife, I was like, oh no. When I think about that, it's just so embarrassing. But I think it's normal because it's the overthinking that makes me jealous. Like it's just the thing that we don't know behind the curtain. Like it's just basically 100% overthinking.
Yes.
Then I got jealous on his part. Like why you should be jealous. I do also do the same thing with you. Like it has not different. Yeah. It's funny if I have to flashback those days. It's just like, okay, yeah, it's so embarrassing, but yeah. It's normal. Yeah. But when you got jealous, you just have to tell him, hey, I'm jealous. And then he will suit you, inshallah. If he's a good man, he will suit you. Like, don't worry, everything's will be all right. Everything's gonna be okay. It takes time. I understand that you're jealous, but go spend your time with your co-wife. So spending time with your co-wife is a good thing. It's a really good thing that you have you have relationship with her, you bond, you create, like, okay, she also feel jealous, so I tell her I'm jealous, and then she told me I'm jealous, and then we just soothe each other. It's like, okay, we should make this work and blah blah blah. It's a really good thing. It actually makes it better. It makes it easier.
So what kind of
so don't hate your co-wife.
Okay, I was going to ask you, apart from like, sharing household chores and things like that, helping each other with children, are there any other activities that you do with your co-wives?
No, I think when it comes about household, we just like, okay, this is our house. We have to make it as comfortable as we can for him, for all of us. So I know when you are upset, you don't want to talk with me. Okay, go find your peace in your bedroom. Don't bothers me. Don't annoy me. Something like that. We have to be really open. And then, so yeah, this is our house, so we have to make it comfortable as we can. This is our relationship. So yeah, there is a boundaries. There is a something that you like or you don't like. You have to just tell each other. Just don't being quiet and then being bitter. That I can't see what's going on with you. Did I do something wrong? You see, I think it's yeah.
So alhamdulillah, you have to be very open then and direct with your
with
each other. Yeah, alhamdulillah. That makes sense, mashallah.
But some people, some families, some polygynous family, they prefer to separate each relationship. Like, my relationship is only with my husband, and when my husband have another wife, it's their relationship. I don't mind. I mind my own business. I don't get involved with them. Some people prefer that kind of relationship. I think it's okay too, as long as when he is with the other wives, don't try to make his life miserable. Like text him, give him troubles, give him problems. Like wants his attentions, because women, we have our times, they have their times, and then we all agree in this relationship. Come on, grown up, a little bit more mature. Because that's they do to they when my husband, no, when the husbands goes to the other wives, the other ones just make him mad or give him troubles, give him problems, wants the attentions on the phones all the times. I've seen this relationship, and it is actually make their self makes their life like miserable. She wants to make the husband's life miserable, but at the end of the day, it's her life that is miserable. The husbands can just turn off the phones and focus on one thing.
Yes, subhanAllah.
Yeah.
So I suppose it basically, being married itself takes some maturity, but being in a polygynous marriage takes another level of maturity.
Another level.
Yeah,
another
subhanAllah.
level. Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I think we have to be. Yeah, I think we have to be. I think we have to have something that we're busy with, so we don't like engage with stuff that engage with the overthinking.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I hope you understand what I mean.
Yes,
get yourself busy.
Make yourself
don't
busy.
Think, don't think about don't think about something that is not there.
Mm-hmm.
And that just creates a lot of overthinking in your head, and then shaitans like whispering you this and that. Just get busy.
Alhamdulillah. Barakallahu feekum, sister. I think I've covered all of our questions for today. Alhamdulillah, it's been an interesting discussion. It's been really interesting discussion, inshallah. So it was nice to start with something positive first, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah.
Yeah, barakallahu.
Yeah, anything that I can answer for you, or maybe I don't know. You just feel free to reach me out. You can look up my husband YouTube channel as well. He is speaking about polygyny too.
Okay.
But it is focused on men and how they handle the relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, inshallah. Then if you can send me his YouTube channel, and I'll put the link in the description.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, that'd be great. Okay. Barakallahu feekum, sister. Thank you for your time.
Yes, barakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.